Hello everybody, it's me Zanem right here today, and this is going to be episode 5 of my Supercraft Brothers class vs class series. In this episode, I'm going to be comparing the SnowGolem and the ButterBro classes. These two classes are extremely similar. They both have kind of weakish weapons and incredibly strong ranged weapons. And yeah, these are actually probably going to be the two most similar classes I've compared yet, so let's get right into it. Let's start off with ButterBro. The major advantage ButterBro has over SnowGolem is definitely its knockback. It is knockback 2 as opposed to SnowGolem's knockback 1. And this knockback can actually really help in some situations. It especially makes up for the slightly weaker melee. The strong range on this thing is actually pretty impressive. Even if you don't hit point blank, they can still be pretty effective. As I said before, the knockback is helpful, especially when you're next to an edge. And the melee weapon isn't incredibly strong itself. It can, however, just clean up when you need to, especially in combination with the flowers. And finally, you have the fire damage. Even if you don't get a direct hit on somebody, the fire damage may be enough to finish them off. Now let's move on to SnowGolem. First thing I want to say about SnowGolem is that it has an incredibly strong ranged weapon. Or secondary, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't really matter. The snowballs are just amazingly strong. They're also really good in enclosed spaces. In this case, it's a little bit better than ButterBro's because they do slightly more damage, especially if you hit properly. SnowGolem's stick also has a slight effect. It gives you a little bit of slowness when you hit somebody with it. It's not always. There's, I believe, around 1/4 of a chance. So if you can slow somebody and then hit them with the snowballs, you'll have a really good combination. The old 1-2. And lastly, the melee itself is actually pretty weak. It only has sharpness 1, knockback 1. That being said, it can finish up after you just bombard somebody with the snowballs. Alright then, now that we've seen both of their perspectives, let's go to the deathmatch. Again, it's going to be from both of my points of views, and it's just going to be able to showcase what the classes can do once faced up against each other. So let's just get right into that. Alright then, now that we've seen both of the classes' perspectives, I would have to say that the stronger class is ButterBro. It would get a 6 out of 10, and SnowGolem would get only 5.5 out of 10. Both of them are very strong classes, but ButterBro is just a little bit better, especially in a 1v1. SnowGolem snowballs do a lot of damage, but you have to be a lot more accurate with them to get them to deal enough damage. Overall though, both classes are a bit underrated, and it actually makes me a bit sad to see that they're so underused. So yeah, thank you for watching, and maybe you agree with this, maybe you don't. Either way, leave a comment in the description, or sorry, the comment section. Not the description, that's where I put stuff. Anyway, leave a comment in the comment section below if you have any suggestions, comments, pretty much anything. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. Like the video if you enjoyed it anytime, and yeah, subscribe to the Minecade official channel too while you're at it. And like I said, thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.